Welcome to TFL Trucks Expert Buyer's Guide on a brand new Chevy Silverado full-size half-ton truck. If you're watching this video, you probably already decided to get a Silverado, or maybe you're just thinking about it, but there are up to 7 different powertrain combinations in this new truck. So in this video, I was gonna show you all of the testing that we've done over the years with almost every engine transmission combination on this truck, and let you decide for yourself which Silverado is best for you.
Do you guys love trucks? If so, we've got a new podcast that will keep you entertained for hours, from on-road to off-road, from Raptors to Frontiers to Tacomas. Check out tfltruck.com/podcast or go to wherever you get your favorite podcast, including Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Spotify.
In this buyer's guide, I'm not going to be focusing on different trim levels or particular options because those are best seen on the online configurator. I just wanted to show you all of the engine options and transmissions and real-world fuel economy and acceleration times that you can expect with these trucks. But these trucks do come in several configurations: 2-door with a long bed, a double cab, which is basically a short cab with 4 doors, of course a crew cab with 2 different bed lengths. The choice is mind-boggling, but this is why we're doing this, to help you out pick your best truck. For completeness, let's just go over the different cab configurations and the starting price. You can get a work truck, which is basically a base Silverado 1500, for $29,895 MSRP without any discounts attached to it. Then a double cab will cost you an additional $3,540. A crew cab with a shorter bed costs about $5,940 over that 2-door base model. And of course, a crew cab with a longer bed will cost $6,240 additionally. If you're wondering about 4-wheel drive, well, that option will cost you $4,600, which is actually quite a lot. Let's start with the most affordable engine option, and it is the new 4.3-liter V6 and the 6-speed automatic transmission that V6 has made it to. And you can actually get a custom Trail Boss with that engine transmission combination. And what are some of the pluses for this? First of all, it's very affordable. You can get a 2-door regular cab, 2-wheel drive, like I told you, at around $30,000, and probably a lot less with all the latest discounts and financing options. And the power output is 285 horsepower and 305 pound-feet of torque. And this engine uses their older cylinder deactivation system called AFM, Active Fuel Management. So why would you buy this engine? Well, if you're a price-minded, value-minded buyer and you just want the most basic, easy to maintain, easy to fix, that's probably the option for you. But you're not going to get really great fuel economy. 16 city, 21 highway, not super great for a modern half-ton truck. And we've never tested this engine before. You might be asking, why? Why haven't you tested this V6? It's really hard to get. I actually went online and looked at some of the local Chevy dealers, and none of them are stocking that engine right now. So it's mostly used for fleet sales, and I wasn't able to get one. All right, so 1 engine down, 6 more powertrain options to go. And next up in the price bracket is the 5.3-liter V8. But I'm not talking about this particular engine underneath the hood of this Trail Boss. I'm talking about the 5.3-liter with the older AFM cylinder deactivation system. It's very similar to the one on the V6. In the V8, it can use either 4 cylinders or 8 and switch between them. 4-cylinder mode under light loads and 8-cylinder mode when maximum acceleration and power is required. It still has the same power rating though, 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. that V8 has made it to a 6-speed, still the older 6-speed automatic transmission, and that V8 will cost you just $1,395 over that base V6 engine, and that combo is available on WT, work truck, or the custom, which is the next level up. So why would you buy the 5.3 liter older design engine with a 6-speed? Once again, value-minded proposition. And we actually took that engine and transmission on the iGauntlet that was several years ago, and here's how it did.
Going downhill, it's been very, very easy to drive. This is grade shifted more than the other trucks, and that's because we're at maximum trailer capacity, so that would be normal. So it's doing its job. Nice exhaust note to it. It sounds pretty neat. General Motors has been really good about keeping those V8s sounding good.
All right, we're almost to the lights. Here we go.
I'd say
now, there's the time, gentlemen. 8.23.
What are some of the cons of this 6-speed V8 combination? Well, for a base V8, it's actually not class leading in terms of power. In fact, it's near the bottom. If you look at the 5-liter from Ford, the 5.7-liter Hemi in the Ram, or even the Nissan Titan and Toyota Tundra V8s, this 5.3 doesn't match them on power, and it's also not great on fuel efficiency. 15 mpg city, 21 combined. But you get this engine, once again, if you're value-minded, if you like older style technology in your truck. All right, 2 powertrains down, 5 more to go. And this next one is a biggie because it's the all-new 2.7 liter straight 4 turbocharged gas engine. Yep, Chevrolet is putting a 4-banger turbo in their full-size trucks. And it's actually a very interesting engine because it has some characteristics of a small diesel. Really good power rating, 310 horsepower, and the torque is 348 pound-feet of torque that comes in at 1500 RPM. It's basically a little tiny diesel, and we've tested it all over the place. Here it is on the Ike Gauntlet.
this is a super Ike.
Yes, because we're maxed out on trailer.
Maxed out on trailer. We got a lot of payload.
So the engine is revving. What
About 4,500 RPM there, and I'm about to hit 60. So just right around 45, 4,600 RPM. There we go, 60, coming down to 50.
We're speeding up just a little.
Just a little.
But we're done. We're going to level out. So this is not a nail biter.
Hold your breath. See if we can keep it at 59. At 58 right now. We might do it. We might do it.
Throw the parachute out.
Drag your leg down. Open the door. Drag your leg a little. Downhill. This was so cool. We only braked it 8 times.
Let's go. Let's go.
We'll turn this puppy around and fly up the other side.
And now the time is ticking. So you think we're gonna go about 9 minutes?
It got to 60 pretty fast. I may have to readjust that.
No. I think it's gonna be an 8-minute run. This is the final stretch to the mountain, to the top. I can see the lights. And now
3.7.
3.7 mpg. 7 minutes and 58 seconds.
Oh my gosh, you know what you're talking
Perfect run.
Then we took it on our fuel efficiency loop, and here's the result.
20 miles into our 100-mile loop, what kind of gas mileage are you getting according to your trip computer?
I'm getting 18.1.
I am currently, according to my trip computer, getting 26.3 miles to the gallon.
What?
We should do our official calculations with the phone. We'll do the 2-click method. There's the first click. Boom, there it is. What are we at? 4.045 gallons. So we'll do 98 miles. That's how long the test is. Divided by 4.045. 24.227 miles to the gallon.
I was really impressed with that 24.2 fuel economy rating when that turbo engine was unladen in the truck. Really impressive for a 4-wheel drive. And the main benefit for this engine and the 8-speed automatic transmission that's made it to it is the fuel economy, especially around town. The EPA rates it at 19 mpg city and 22 on the highway, and in the real world we were able to get better results on fuel efficiency with that little turbo. So those are the good things. How much does it cost? Well, about $1,650 over that base V6, the 4.3 liter, or just about what, $200 more than that standard base 5.3 liter V8. So you do have to pay a little bit extra for it, but you're also getting an 8-speed automatic transmission. And if you're running around town most of the time, carrying a few loads, that's good. The bad, you don't get a lot of towing rating, up to about 7,000 pounds rating. If you want to tow, that's not the engine for you. All right, now let's talk about that fourth powertrain option. Now we're switching into a truck that can tow a lot more than some of the other engines I already talked about. And it's still the 5.3 liter gas V8, but now it has the brand new DFM cylinder deactivation system. They call it dynamic fuel management, but it's actually the next iteration of their fuel efficiency technology, and the engine can run anywhere on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 cylinders. It's also referred to as skip fire technology, and it's really clever, and you never know if it's working or not, but the fuel efficiency is important, and the EPA rating for this particular combination is 17 city, 23 highway, which is really good. Now we're getting into those higher numbers for fuel efficiency, and that engine has made it to an 8-speed automatic. And we actually tested that combo a couple of years back in the previous generation of the Silverado, and here it is on the track and also at the fuel economy loop. A little bit more wheel spin. And a little bit better result, 8.49. On gentle downhills, cylinder deactivation is working using tow haul mode in the Silverado 5.3. The computer average says 10.7 mpg, so 98 divided by 9.246 equals, ta-da, 10.6. That's actually very close to what the computer said. A lot of you guys have told us in the past that the 5.3 V8 is not good for towing. It overheats, it's not reliable. I've never felt that during the last 7 years of truck testing personally. Never seen one overheat, and it usually performs pretty well for the trucks that we test. And the cost of this powertrain option, it gets more complicated because Chevrolet does not offer this particular combo in every trim level. Now we're starting with the LT trim, which is kind of a mid-level trim in a Silverado, and this engine is actually more expensive than that 4-cylinder turbo I talked about. It costs $1,395 more than the 2.7 liter turbo combo, but you can tow more, up to 11,600 pounds. So if you're towing heavier, but you still don't want to sacrifice that fuel economy, this may be a good option because it's kind of mid-grade on price. Okay, we're getting there. Number 5 on the list is the powertrain that's in this truck you see right here. It's the 5.3 liter gas V8, still the same rating, 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque, but it's now made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and it's a more premium powertrain from Chevrolet. It's not available on double cab, it's not available on two-wheel drive trucks, crew cab 4x4s only, and I think that's a con. I think Chevrolet should offer more engine options across all of their trims, not just exclusively for certain higher end trims. And you're getting this engine for 2 reasons. This 10-speed is really good, it's seamless, the fuel efficiency is really good for a 4-wheel drive truck, as we've shown to you right here on our fuel efficiency loop. Alrighty, well, the cruise control is set. 70 miles an hour as always. How did this truck do without any trailer attached to it on the highway? All right, 66 miles divided by 3.190 gallons equals 20.7 it rounds to. Wow, almost 21.
This is interesting. It's weird. We're on the same day we did the Gladiator, and there's no wind, but I'm getting a little more sway with this.
Really?
Which is kind of weird. It's a little longer truck. It's a wider truck. You'd think it'd handle a little better, but I'm hanging on to it. But it's, I'm feeling a little bit of movement back there.
Now 66 miles, same route. 8.033. 8.2! And if you see the mud under the hood or elsewhere on this truck, it's because Roman and Tommy took it to Moab for an off-road review, a proper one, and you could see it on TFL Truck YouTube channel, or of course the website tfltruck.com. And they also did a little towing test. Check it out.
This is the Pro XB, the latest and greatest Razor. And now we're heading back, and I thought to myself, let's find out what kind of fuel economy the truck gets going from Fruita back to Denver. All right, here we are on the road again. It says we're getting 9.4 mpg, but it's going up now. Keep in mind that we are here in Fruita, and we are going to cross the Continental Divide. In terms of a towing rig, it did really well, you know. It never really struggled. We were never out of power.
20.832. So you want to do the math? So we went 247.5 miles.
Divided by?
Yeah, it's done. Then
Yeah.
just plug it in. 20.832.
20.8. Okay, equals?
Oh, it's spot on.
Spot on, 11.8. Wow, there you go. Now you know it.
And here comes the price. If you do want this smaller V8 with a 10-speed, it's gonna cost you about $50,000 just to get into it. And that's basically what this truck is. This truck is a little bit more expensive with a couple more options, but Trail Boss LT with this engine option, that's how you get this combo. All right, I promise no more talking about the 5.3 liter V8. Number 6 on the list is the big 6.2 liter V8 engine. This is the most powerful gas engine in Chevrolet's truck lineup for the half tons. It's rated at 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. So the ratings are not new. What is new, starting in 2019, is of course the DFM, Dynamic Fuel Management Cylinder Deactivation System. It works very similarly to the DFM and the 5.3. Sorry, I mentioned the 5.3 again. But the 6.2 is mated to a 10-speed automatic exclusively. And it's a premium powertrain option, except it's available in the custom Trail Boss. You can get the basic Trail Boss 4-wheel drive with the big giant V8, and it's affordable. It's under 44,000 bucks for that custom Trail Boss. That's really great. That's a plus. Recently, we put the engine on the track to see how quick it is, and here's what happened.
Do you have your traction disabled in auto mode?
Yes, sucker, let's get it going. I got traction control off, I got the auto four-wheel drive, whatever you will call it, thing on, and you better have the same.
All right, I'm ready.
And there she goes.
What?
Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Oh, God, I slaughtered him. But my 0 to 60 time was 7.06 seconds.
Yikes! That's probably the fastest 0 to 60 time we've ever had with a Chevy Silverado truck, period. So why would you get the 6.2? Yes, you would get it for speed and acceleration, and of course the sound that it makes. For 2020, if you equip your Silverado 1500 with a maximum towing package with a big 6.2 V8, it's now the class leader on maximum towing capability. 13,400 pounds of maximum trailer towing. That's an insane number. We've never towed that much with a half-ton truck. Well, primarily because we've never had that particular configuration of the truck. But we've towed plenty of weights with the big 6.2 on the Ike Gauntlet. We're coming out of the tunnel at 50 miles an hour at the top of the mountain, and if and when the truck exceeds the 60 mile an hour speed limit on the way down, we applied the brakes gently to slow it back down to 50. It was very smooth, but not aggressive enough. 10 brake applications in the end. We hoped for a slightly better result. I got it uphill in GMC,
Tell me when.
and now. All right, we reset. You got the timer?
Yep, we're rolling.
All right, let's roll it up the mountain.
Sounds good.
Keep them doggies rolling rawhide.
So why don't we use cruise control on these hills?
Oh, it's one of those policy things.
But it's policy.
I make policy.
It's Andre's. This is Andre's decision.
It's because a lot of the trucks cannot hold cruise control with this load. We're stressing these trucks out pretty heavily, and the time stops now.
3.8 miles to the gallon.
Right there with the benchmark.
8 minutes, 1 second, which is basically a benchmark run. And the big 6.2 and the 10-speed are available, like I said, custom trail bus, LT trail bus, basically this configuration of the truck here. Also LTZ and high country. And of course you can get the prices really high, maximum luxury, maximum options at over 60,000 bucks. Finally, we got to the 7th engine option, and it's a diesel. It's a 3-liter straight 6 Duramax. It's all new. It's really high tech, and it's actually one of my favorite engines. We've tested it against the new 2020 Ram Eco Diesel in the Ram 1500. I also compared it against the Ford F-150 3-liter diesel engine, and I like this one the best. The power rating is 277 horsepower, so it has the most horsepower in the class for the half-ton diesels. And the torque is 460 pound-feet of torque, so it equals on torque with a big 6.2 liter V8. It's also equivalent on price against that 6.2 liter V8. It's about a $2,500 option for either engine. A little bit of bad news is that this diesel engine, which is so great, is not available across the entire range of trim levels. It's available on LT, RST, LTZ, and high country. So you cannot get a trail bus diesel. You cannot also get a work truck diesel that's more affordable. But what you can get is excellent fuel efficiency. We've put the truck on the MPG loop, and here's what it delivered.
It's doing well. We have the spring arms on the weight distributing hitch on that Gen Y adjustable hitch, and it's doing great. I'm not swerving, I'm not moving, I feel balanced.
Ooh, okay, 30 seconds,
Pretty
dude.
fast, man, pretty fast.
66 divided by 5.519. Drum roll, 11.9. But if you round it, it's like 12.0.
Wow.
You won't believe what mine says.
Oh, your price says 30.
35.7.
Holy schmoly! Put that puppy in there.
All right, I inserted the nozzle, and now we're finally gonna start the pump. You're gonna squeeze it?
I'm gonna squeeze it. Boom.
1.943. 66 divided by 1.943. Almost 34. It is. It's rounding to 34, dude. The truck does really well with and without a trailer on fuel efficiency, as you just saw. But also, it's relatively quick. Very linear power band. And here it is at the track, accelerating. And it's remarkable how close these two trucks are. Ooh! What is happening?
Oh yeah. I think I actually broke loose the rear tires there.
I got delayed.
I keep in mind I was a truck length. Andre was a truck length. Good brakes. Andre was a truck length ahead of me. This time I think I beat him by 2 trunk lengths. Did you fall asleep, Andre? What the heck happened there?
Well, I got some lag, and I also spun my tires. I think it's a little bit wet over there.
Oh, come on. The ground is wet.
Anyway, I got a 9.75.
Right now in the Ram.
It did better before, and then the Chevy did a 8.34. Normally, I would say that choice is a great thing, but having 7 different powertrain options and not all of them are available across the entire range of the truck, I think it's a little bit too much. Maybe they can pare it down by removing some of those transmission options. But hopefully this video helps you figure out which engine in the Silverado is best for you, either a more affordable base engine or those high-end, really powerful and quick trucks. And go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real-world truck reviews.